Hi everyone, I'd like to present the basic mechanics of human interface, Be a Better Human, by playing out a few turns of the earlier missions. Before you is the scenario map and all the necessary game components. Let me briefly explain each component. Here you can see the can-do cards, adrenaline cards, weapon and gear cards, and finally the cyber warfare cards for the Borg team, which is the player control team. To the right are the terminal cards, cyber warfare cards for the facility, security forces, gear and weapon cards. All attributes and skills of the heroes are given on cards. Each card is placed in a special organizer we've dubbed simply HUD, Human Universal Dashboard. It allows you to keep track of the volumes that change in the course of the game, especially cyber shock and physical injuries. Extra slots for the neurochips, as well as modified tokens used within the campaign. This simple solution removes a lot of the clutter from the board and accommodates all the hero cards. We'll go over the other components as we play. The goal of the mission is to prevent the capture of our hacker, Len Ka, and make our way from the lab level to the room with exit B while minimizing losses. The level is guarded by the agent from the black site facility. Raising an alarm might bring in reinforcements. Time is of the essence. Luckily, Len Ka isn't alone. She's being escorted by U-Bolt and Bombshell. It's going to be rough. In this mission, the players have initiative. Let's begin the game. The game lasts for a predetermined number of turns, and each turn is divided into phases. The first phase is the virus, worm infection, and cybershock test phase. If you have a hostile program installed in your tactical network, you must test your cybershock level now. If you fail, the level rises by 1. If it reaches 10, the hero loses control of his own body and gives in to the cyber madness. The hero moves under control of the OP4 forces. In this phase, apply any special abilities found on the cyber warfare cards. Since this is the first turn, the enemy had no opportunity to use infiltration software yet. Phase 2 is the check system resource phase. Here you gather resources to fight battles over the net. How to collect resources? 1 resource point is granted for each conscious team member. 1 point is generated by some heroes, in our case 1 for Len Ka and 1 for U-Bolt, and 1 for the system resource, generated equipment, and finally 2 points for the cyber deck. 8 in total. That's not a bad way to start. The next phase is the initiative determination phase, where you determine who is going to go first. In this mission, however, it is skipped due to all the players having the initiative. It is also time to draw the unexpected events cards, just to make sure you can never be sure if your plan is going to go smoothly. Now we are ready for network combat. Enter phase 4, or the cyber warfare phase. Despite taking place in the virtual world, this phase greatly impacts the real world. In this phase, you can hack terminals, control objects on the board, and also hijack enemy drones. But be warned, this will have consequences. Leaving your connections unprotected may lead to a virus infection, or physical, maybe even mental attacks against your heroes. Besides system resources, you have combat software at your disposal. Each deployed hacker draws 5 cards. Let's draw them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, what do we have? Honeypot 2.0 and Remover, both defensive programs. All defensive programs are yellow. We also have 2 offensive programs, red color, Nitro Man and Logan, and finally we've drawn a Ghost Punch, a booster. Alright, we can act now. Seeing how our goal is to hack the terminal through a direct connection, let's roll for the attack. We choose Logan, since he's the strongest offensive program we have, and we boost it further with the Ghost Punch. We need 5 total system resources to make the attack. Let me briefly explain what you can do to find cyber warfare cards. We have the name of the program, type of the program, and in this instance, whether it's a worm or a virus, a programmer's power and activation cost is to install the program. If you want to keep the program up, you pay the lower cost. Running program, below our special effects and availability. All cards follow this layout. Time to resolve the attack. We declare the attack against the terminal, place the chosen cards onto our tactical network face up, including any boosters, and draw the terminal card. Base terminal defense is 1, so we draw 1 card and place it face down. Okay, time to spend system resources. To activate a Logan along with the booster costs 5 resources. Let's see what the terminal conceals. Whoops, no good. We've got worm type offensive soft called code red with power 6. Lucky for us, we got an edge of 1 point in power, Logan 4, plus 3 for the Ghost Punch, which makes 7. Now for the random factor. We draw 1 can-do card for Len Ka and 1 for the terminal. We've drawn a 2, and check the special ability. Since we've got no adrenaline card and we can't play the conditional ability, all we can do is accept the value. This gives us a total of 10, the terminal draws a 5 for a total of 11. Bummer. The attack fails, which means the worm installs onto our tactical network. We should have put up protection first and then attacked. but that's the way it goes sometimes. We've still got 3 system resources. We activate the removal defense program, seeing how we have bonus to power and the hostile program doesn't. We pay the resource cost and attack. We draw a can-do card with a value of 7, giving us a power of 14, and the terminal draws a 2 for a total of 8. Woo! We've won! We've purged the worm from our terminal, otherwise we would have had to test the cyber shock and apply some special rules. Thankfully, there is no need. We're out of system resources, and so we close the cyber warfare phase. Time for some real action. We have 3 heroines, Lenka, who must maintain connection with the terminal, Bombshell and U-Bolt. Out of the latter 2, Bombshell is quicker, better armoured, with a stronger gun, and provided she makes good use of her items, she'll wreck things up. We get a 7, which is bad. It's 1 point over U-Bolt's mental skill score. This means we can't use a special ability, and the cyber shock level goes up by 2. We already have it at 4, and it's only turn 1. Movement bonus is up though, so let's go. The door opens and we find ourselves face to face with an agent. The agent may react in one of 3 ways: fast attack, which is hip shot with a -3 penalty, take cover, or dodge. The latter 2 may be used only if the agent is attacked. We choose fast attack. The agent's physical skill score is 5. A -3 penalty brings it down to 2. We draw a can-do card with a value of 5. Added up gives a total of 7. U-Bolt was ambushed during the movement and can dodge. We resolve the test by taking her speed value to +3 for reflex, plus a can-do card for 3 for a total of 12. This is respectable. The bullets ricochet off the walls and U-Bolt is free to complete her move. The agent is marked with a reactor token. Until the end of the turn, he may only dodge. We assign U-Bolt's second action and open up with her gun. A physical score of 5 plus a can-do card of 7 gives 12. The agent dodges with her 4, plus 3 for reflex, plus a can-do card of 4, giving him 11. Sadly, too little to dodge at a point-blank shot. Let's see where he's hit. A value card of -7 means he received a chest shot. U-Bolt's weapons power at this range is 7. Agent's armor in that location, however, is 4. The agent takes 3 wounds and tumbles to the floor with a gaping hole in his chest. We mark U-Bolt with an activation token and draw for her an adrenaline card with a value of 3 for future. Only Bombshell's left to activate, so we do it and make 2 more actions. This closes the real phase. Let's move on to the second to last phase, the AI operation phase. We start off by placing alarm tokens at U-Bolt and Bombshell's location. We place 1 token for presence and 1 more in the adjacent room for firing. In the room with Lenka, we place another 1 for presence and 2 more for hacking for a total of 3. We've made quite a commotion. As a result of a failed hacking attempt, a new guard type comes in, a Tankan N1 drone. The game's algorithm navigates its forces down the shortest path to the place with the highest number of alarm tokens. We move the agent first, followed by the drone. Alright, that's all for now. The final phase is the cleanup phase. We checked victory conditions, none achieved, then close the doors, pick up the alarm, activated and reactor tokens, and move on to turn 2. Let's make for a coffee break here. In short, the rules are roughly as shown here. Problems arise when you're running against the clock, enemies swell in numbers, and you've got a virus infection in your network, and some of your guys are either bleeding out or on the verge of cyber psychosis, about to turn into mindless, violent beasts. Scenarios introduce a handful of special rules, and most importantly, the path to victory splits depending on your decisions. We hope you enjoyed the video.